Hello, welcome back to Grade the Gold Witch. Today we're going to be doing a reading on messages from Mother Gaia. And I'm super excited for this one. There are 4 piles. The first is this red cardinal. The second is the Serenity Stone. The third is Amethyst. And the fourth is Opalite. So take a second and meditate on these piles if you need to. And I will see you in your reading. Hey pile 1, if you chose the adorable little red cardinal, then this is your reading on messages from Mother Earth. So we're going to start with your tarot cards and then get into the oracle cards and see what Mother Gaia wants to tell you today. 6 of Wands, the World, and the Moon. Mother Gaia is asking you to be grateful with where you're at. And I know this sounds, I don't want you to get preconceived notions of this, because she's recognizing the ways in which your life to you might appear not to be in harmony. However, you are very devoutly loved by Mother Earth. I can see that you are a very sacred soul in her eyes. And she's so proud of you for the work you've done in your life and what you've achieved. And her message to you is to celebrate yourself for how far you've come, for how much you've truly gotten to know your authentic self, and how the victories you're winning right now are with you being who you truly are rather than who people think you should be. You are living as yourself, and you're living in harmony with her flow. And Mother Gaia is very proud of you for the work you've done. However you're living your life and your day-to-day right now is a complete success. And I can tell that you have a day-to-day routine that has harmony and a natural flow to it. And I think sometimes you can be hard on yourself about what you don't know about the future to come, what you don't know about who's going to be entering your life or what's going to happen. But she's telling you to stop running so fast, and that you don't need to know all of the answers to that story right now. She's saying celebrate exactly where you are at, and more will be revealed when it's time for it to be revealed. There's some things and experiences that are meant to come later in your path that you're just not supposed to know about right now. And it says nothing about you or your abilities, that you haven't accomplished these things yet, or that things haven't happened the way exactly how you wanted them to yet. This is very much realizing all of the success that's in your life currently and all of the amazing things you've done already. This is honoring yourself for the sacred being you are and not worrying too much about the future. I'm hearing come what may from Annie. The song is Tomorrow. It's about having an optimistic outlook on life and expecting the best from the future. The future is out of our control. And to stay grateful and in a present mindset is how the rest of your life flows with ease. This is a very valuable lesson and a very difficult one to internalize because our minds want to go in the past and the future, all around. But you're being asked to sit in the goodness of where you're at and find peace there and happiness and simplicity. And your story isn't nearly over. You have so much more that will come in, so many more experiences and new lovers, new adventures, new insights. There's so much waiting for you in the future. But you're meant to focus on all of the good you have now and have confidence that the good things that you hope to have in the future will come, because goodness is already seeping through your life. You've done marvelous work, and Mother Gaia sees your soul and how pure it is. She wouldn't be coming through with a message like this if you didn't have the purest of intentions and the kindest of hearts. I think in your future you might live near water. That's one of the only clues I'm getting about your future, because she wants you to stay in the present and enjoy this moment, because she's saying you'll never get it again. This is the only time you'll get to experience this moment in all of its bliss and beauty, and you're being asked to savor it instead of wondering what's going to happen in the next scene of your movie of your life. Yeah, this is very carpe diem, seize the day, and celebrate the victories you have right now, because you are very successful. You're a star in whatever you're doing and whatever you're working on. And I think you're someone who always wants to keep going to the next thing. But the main message for you from Mother Gaia is to pause and to celebrate where you're at right now. Because you only get this day once. For some of you, I feel like romance has been limited or lacking in your life, and you're being asked to focus on yourself and all of the beauty that's within you. I'm hearing by being the best partner to yourself, you'll attract in the best partner for you. You're being asked to get on your high horse and not get off of it. I love myself to add more movement and exercise into my day. I know I'll feel better overall. This isn't exactly a sentence. There's something wrong with the grammar here, but I think you're being asked to get into your body more and maybe take walks and really feel your body at this time, because I think your mind can sometimes go into future tripping, and spending time outdoors and clearing your head and walking around, I think, could be very helpful for you and healthy. I don't think this means like excessive exercising. It definitely doesn't mean that. It just means getting more into your body and connecting more with the earth. Firefly. You're this beautiful light that flickers, and your light shines, and it shines in the present moment. And you're being asked to cling on to those times that you have these bursts of energy and really stay present and let your light shine for all to see, because you have a very strong light body. You've definitely activated your soul force in that way, and it's imperative you rest and realize that you have intervals where you will shine and intervals where you'll rest. And I think resting your mind's a big thing. So meditating might be a form of rest for you. You'll know intuitively what works for you and what doesn't. But there's something about getting enough sleep here as well. honor your passionate times and stay present to them, because I can see you have an extremely strong life force. The healer. This is reminding me that you can only heal in the present moment. There's nothing we can do about the future, and it's interesting, there's 3 heads on the snake. The work of the healer is to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. This is what your entire reading's about. That in the present moment is where your life force is. It's not in the future. And the way you best utilize the gifts that Mother Earth and Spirit have given you is by staying in the present moment and acknowledging your life force and harnessing it. The healer's mission is to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. What you're looking for is already within you. It's right in front of you. It always has been and always will be. It's nowhere except right here. And no amount of looking into the future or reflecting on the past will stop the fact that your life force and the power you hold is in this present moment. The Fox and Ivy, adaptability. The adaptability card is really reminding me that it's very easy to get into this state of focusing on the future, focusing on the past, or forgetting our life force energy. That's a part of the human condition. And you're being asked not to be hard on yourself for getting out of connection to your central life force. Rather than that, you're being asked to be mindful of it and adapt whenever you realize you're out of flow. I think this is a constant state of life, and the state of being is to come back into yourself anytime you realize you're outside of yourself. This is not something to be hard on yourself about. This is part of the human condition, and everyone does this. So all you can do is be flexible and kind to yourself about it, and the more you practice slipping back into this state, the easier it will be to get out of states of stress and anxiety and fear. Because when you are in the present moment, you'll find peace. Merciful Mother Shamal, number 44. That might be a significant angel number for you. I'm going to read this out. This oracle brings you a message. There is a shift taking place now in a matter of great importance to you. From Jalal to Jamal, from justice to mercy. This is your path, your destiny, and your blessing, now opening up before you. It may be a particular matter, however, it likely includes your entire life orientation. You are being granted refuge, respite, and shelter from the storms of struggle and doubt, and being given a divine sanctuary of safe harbor. You shall find that the unraveling of the struggle and pain now happens through tenderness, a gentler approach. You are also being asked to take stock of your own thoughts and attitudes. Having to be tough and play hardball in the past has served its purpose. Yet this oracle comes to you with guidance to become softer in your way and your attitude. Can you gently but firmly place to one side the judge within, the one who keeps score and demands retribution, an eye for an eye, the exponent of absolute justice? Can you invite instead the one who gentles the aggressive lord within and allows him to bow before the great lady who loves, is wise, and who studies the workings of the world with the softest of touches? Don't fear that if you suddenly give yourself a break, all your discipline, hardness, toughness, and suffering will go to waste. No, All things provide learning and serve divine purpose. But now there is no reason to continue in that way. It is time to learn another way. You are strong enough to become gentle. If there is a foe or fight in your life, ask for the Mother of Mercy to bless it into resolution. If you have already drawn the hand of Fatima, you are being told that this resolution is already on its way. You are being told now that you can stand your ground and remain in your strength without having to become aggressive or hard. You have more power than you realize, and it is in your being. It is not in your ability to control others or manipulate situations, for such actions are unworthy of a being of your magnitude and are unnecessary for your success. You are also being given the message that your prayers are powerful. Although action in the world is a part of your soul purpose and plan, when you pray, have conviction that your prayers are real, are heard, and are responded to by the great universal heart. So pray carefully and thoughtfully. Be present and speak as if you were speaking to your dearest, oldest, and most influential and powerful friend. Because, of course, that is exactly what you are doing. Pray from the heart and trust in the power of your prayers. There is no limit to what you can pray about, nothing too unspiritual or unworthy. Nothing. So pray. The oracle brings you the message that the great power of compassion is reaching for you, that it wants to help you but is waiting for you to ask. So ask, then you shall receive. Sacred honoring ritual. I hope you can see what that says and do that if you would like. But yeah, wow, that was beautiful, and I loved that was about being kind to yourself in this process, and that anything you fear will reach a peaceful resolution. So keep shining bright, Pile 1. You're beautiful. And I will see you in another reading. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. If you chose the Serenity Stone, then this is your reading on messages from Mother Gaia. So we're going to look at the tarot cards first, and then we'll get into the oracle cards. But let's see what Mother Gaia wants to tell you today. We have the Five of Wands in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Swords in reverse. There are people and things in your energy field that do not contribute to your divine path anymore. There's some people that have really hurt you and want you to be brought down to this negative vibration they're at. And I think they make you feel never fully included in the group, and like you kind of have to fight for your role within this group. And it's as though you can never win an argument, not that you need to, but your voice is never heard. And it seems to me that Mother Gaia is encouraging you to notice how you are keeping yourself stuck in this pattern with these people and groups. Because you deserve to be around people who empower you and give you a voice to speak and don't feel as though they need to belittle you because of their own insecurities. I see that you can be passive with these people and really just try to conform, and Mother Gaia is asking you not to conform anymore and to decide what will be most healing and beneficial to you in the long run. And I think that's finding new groups of people who empower you and let you be who you truly are and don't fight against you. I think it's important to recognize that these people might have served a purpose at some point in your path, where at some point they were good friends and did contribute, but just because that happened in the past doesn't mean that they are meant to be in your life forever. And I can see a sense of bullying and like your voice has been silenced within this group. And for some reason you feel stuck in this situation. And Mother Gaia is encouraging you to choose yourself and stand up for yourself and move past these energies. Because I can see you vibrate at a very high vibration, and these people are triggered by your growth, and you can't continue to grow. And this environment's not safe for you. And you're being asked to really think about what kind of people you want in your life and how you want to be treated, because I feel like part of you is allowing this treatment because you feel like you deserve it, and you don't. You deserve to be uplifted and empowered by the people you spend time with. And it feels as though you're stuck in a situation where you can't heal. And you're almost being martyred by this group. And the way that you get over this is by withdrawing your energies and retracting from this negative space. And these people might not understand it, and it might be difficult to part ways with these people. But I can see that they're an impediment on your growth. And it seems to me that these are friendships. These are friendships and colleagues and people who might have been chosen family for you at a time, but they don't want you to succeed more than they succeed. They can't bear for your light to shine brighter than theirs, and they will demean you and belittle you out of that resentment. And they might do it subconsciously. They might not even realize they're doing it, but they do not have your best interest at heart, pile 2. And the only way to get through the situation is to leave it behind and find new people that truly empower you to spend your time around and have energy exchanges with, because I feel like these people are taking from you and draining your energy, and you're not getting a lot back. And this might come from childhood beliefs of worthiness, and you don't need to psychoanalyze yourself to an intense degree, but the simple matter is that you do not deserve to spend time with people who bully you and make you feel like you're worth less than you deserve, because you are this very vibrant light, and your light is being stifled by this environment. So Mother Nature is coming in really strongly to say that you have autonomy over your life, and you can get out of this situation and stop fighting to conform into this group. You can walk away. There's something unbalanced, something energetically disaligned with you in this group, and I think inevitably Spirit will come in and bring a tower moment for you to separate from this situation. But the sooner you leave it, the sooner you can heal and really come into yourself. Don't look back. It wasn't working out for me. It's time to be strong. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe you've already left this situation, pile 2, and you're thinking about what used to be and maybe idealizing the situation in your head. But whatever situation you got out of, it was for your best interest. These people were not supportive of you. It wasn't working out for you in this situation. And rather than focusing on what used to be and your past, you're being asked to pour all of your energy into your healing and into taking care of yourself and strengthening your relationship with yourself. You don't need to dwell in this past chapter. It's over, and you got out of it, and that is beautiful. It can be easy to romanticize the past, but where you're headed is much calmer waters and much more beauty. I mean, look at this card. You can see the rough waters, but where she's paddling into is much calmer and peaceful, and I see that for you. But you're focusing on the past drama and the past strife, and energy goes where your intention flows. So focusing on the present moment and how you can take care of yourself now is essential. And leaving this in the past will be of your utmost. Leaving this in the past is the best thing you can do for yourself. We have the wolf and rosehip guardianship in reverse. You are at a crossroads and in need of guidance. Advice from a trusted friend or family member may help you find your way. You're a very loyal and committed person, and you are somebody who loves having community around you, and it's something innately your soul craves, but you just had the wrong community around you, pile 2. And I'm seeing that a lot of your friendships can't be trusted. And it's a matter of realizing what kind of pack you want to be a part of, because this pack was not in your best interest. I see that you're maybe without a pack right now, and there's definitely a few people in your life that you can trust, whether they be family members or old friends, and you're being asked to focus on what you do have rather than what's left, because you will be bringing in these supportive groups and you will have a strong pack in the near future. But it's a matter of letting this go that you can find it. The King. You weren't treated with the respect you deserved in this past group. I can see that you have a lot of power, and you are a leader and are meant to help other people, and these people didn't want to be helped, and there was nothing you could do in this situation to make it any different than it ended up being. This was destiny for you to leave this behind. And I think you went through an ego death where your outer world really crumbled around you, and this is leading to you finding the group where you can most effectively lead and show your power and be given the respect you deserve, because I just see a lack of respect in your past. And what you're moving into is you respecting yourself and knowing how you deserve to be treated, and that manifesting in your external world, in the community you surround yourself with. This tower had to crumble for you to go into this next chapter, and this is part of your divine path. This was meant to happen, and it doesn't make it any easier or less upsetting, but know that this is meant to bring you into your power. This is happening for you, not to you. I feel like these people really wanted to control you, and Spirit intervened because you're meant to guide people in a peaceful manner, in a humble manner. You don't have a strong ego. You have divine power within you that you're meant to share, and these people are very trapped in their egos. And you're finding people that can connect with you on this level, pile 2. Because you have grace and humility, and these people didn't. Know that where you're being led is where you're meant to be. You are being led in the correct path for you to fully live a life that you deserve on this earth. And whatever this was, maybe if on an egoic level it feels like painful, but on a soul level, your soul knows that it had to leave your life. The hyena. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. Maybe that's how you act in this group. You were a people pleaser and a jokester, and if you stayed in this group, your unfulfilled dreams would never be realized, and that's why this tower had to fall. And you might be using jokes now to hide old resentments in relationships, or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing. The main question of the hyena is, what would you do if you took your goals more seriously and realized that you had this power and that these people were just trying to stifle it? Now that you're out of this situation, you have a firm foundation to build off of and use your power and fulfill your dreams and do the things you were sent to this earth to do. And this was blocking you from getting any of that done, so it had to be removed from your life. This was a matter of destiny, and Mother Earth is saying that what you have in the future is much more fulfilling for you. But it's almost as though the tectonic plates of your life had to be shifted to get you into an environment that actually allows your growth rather than stifles it. Resplendent with grace. We were talking about grace with the King card. Is it difficult to see your magnificence? Without a mirror the size of a galaxy, how could you possibly witness all that you are? You must just catch glimpses of your truth now and then. Oh, if you could see yourself as I see you in all your glorious fullness of being. You are swathed in robes of grace, so light and freeing that they do not weigh you down, and yet so luscious and full that you cannot help but stir the movement of all of creation as you step this way and that. Of course, it matters not to grace whether you see or do not see, for grace simply is, without witnessing being required. Yet you might live rather differently, my beloved, should you realize you are not only worthy of grace, but actually dripping with it, saturated with divine presence so rich it leaks out of you and causes sunlight to pool at your holy feet. Oh yes, you are resplendent in holiness and sanctity. Should you come to know this as I do, you would take each step with awe and reverence. You would decide that not a thing in your world could be classed as mundane, and decide with bold fervor that you are living in godliness and must create your world through choices that honor love. No fear, even the most stubbornly persistent, would be able to withstand the sight of your magnificent beating heart, so wild with life. In the sight of that wild heart, you would have to call all your fears close to you, soothing them with your words of love, like riled children in need of tenderness and quiet. Then when rested, you would wake them from their slumber, and they would arise as falcons, ready to soar to the height of your most daring visions. Hunting for life to feed them, they will ensure the ample grace pulsing within your heart has its chance to come to life in the world and serve love. This oracle comes to you with a message. You may be wondering if you can attain this next stage of growth in your life. You are already well equipped to do so, no matter what you might believe about the situation, circumstances, or others involved, even yourself. You have within your soul possession more than enough grace to see you through anything you are bold enough to envision for yourself, or for any vision you feel life has bestowed upon you. So pray, through unconditional love, to access all that you are, to be supported by those beings that love you without condition. Pray to realize that you are so drenched in sacred grace that the well of your being is full. All that is needed to nurture you onto the next step of your life path is within you now. Success is yours, but you must believe in your ability, your readiness, and your capacity to take this next phase of the journey now. How could it be otherwise? For you are one with grace. Wow. You are one with grace. I love this card too. Pile 2. You are fully ready for this next chapter of your life, and what left your life in the past was because it didn't align with where you're headed. You're headed somewhere very beautiful, and find peace in that. Truly, that's what Mother Nature wants for you. So this is all I'm getting for you, Pile 2. It was an honor to read for you. I hope you find serenity today. I will see you in another reading. Bye. Hey, Pile 3, if you chose the purple amethyst, and this is your reading on, messages from Mother Gaia. Alright, so let's get into the tarot cards first. We have the Empress in reverse, the Sun, and the Devil. Wow, 3 major arcana. A lack of confidence is holding you back from going for your truest desires, Pile 3. You know what will give you the utmost fulfillment, but you're being burdened by some obsessive thinking and feeling held back by negative thoughts and by traumatic experiences in the past. You're scared to go after what you truly desire. Spirit is coming to tell you, and Mother Gaia is coming to tell you, that you have the life force energy of the sun within you. As within, so without. And you can have whatever you want to attain. Whatever this dream is, whatever you know will give you the utmost fulfillment in your life, you can have. This is all about a perspective shift. Because right now, I think you're thinking about the past and times where you felt unworthy or inadequate, or people and places and things might have made you feel this way. And you're being asked to confront these inner fears and realize that you are much stronger and more powerful than you give yourself credit for. I'm being told that you should look into Mother Mary as well as Mary Magdalene. They both were ascended masters. And their stories will give you strength, because what you need right now is strength and confidence in yourself to go after your dreams. Because I see that what you want is attainable for you. Spirit is reminding me right now that where there is pleasure, there is also pain. And where there is hope, there is also fear. And anybody chasing after their dreams would be subject to these shadows of facing your dreams, which are fear and nervousness and apprehension. But courage is going after your dreams despite the fears. It's not like the fears will go away, but it's acting regardless of them being there. And this perspective shift where you honor your divine feminine and realize that it's the key to you reaching your dreams and your goals. That is the key to you reaching this level of satisfaction. I love that the sun is behind the Empress here, as well as in the Sun card. There's so much fire here, so much passion, and you really have everything within you you need to succeed. But you have to let go of the past and accept that you're no longer this fearful child, and you've come into your power and you can claim it, and you can flip this Empress. This Empress will flip whenever you choose to change your mind. There's nothing you need to do in the external world to get this to become upright in your Empress energy. All you have to do is realize that you're worthy of whatever you're setting out to achieve. You're worthy of whatever you hope to have, and I'm being told to pray about it. You're being asked to pray and ask for support from the divine, because I can see that what you're doing is divinely guided. Your dreams are divinely guided. What you are meant to do will have a great effect on the people around you. I'm also being reminded of Hathor, the Egyptian god. I forget who the Egyptian god of the sun is. So I don't want to butcher that, but Hathor came to mind. And I feel like you could find some wisdom in studying them as well. There's something about study here, and studying about different religions and different practices, and learning more about various religions and spiritualities. I think this will empower you in your pursuit of fulfillment. And when you ask for guidance and help from these divine beings, you'll be able to get rid of these obsessive thoughts and these fears, because you'll feel the power of something greater taking care of you, a power greater than you, protecting you and giving you answers to your prayers. Wow. Sometimes when I listen back after I've been channeling and I'm editing the video, I'm completely floored by what I'm channeling, because it's not like I really remember what I'm saying. It's being said through me. You're being asked to connect more to ascended masters and angels and higher guidance and read about it, because this is the key to you getting out of these fear loops and obsessive patterns. I'm hearing this so strongly. Yes, okay. Let's get into the Oracle card. I will not expose myself to negative stories or read awful news. It brings me down to a low vibration. This is about conscious consumption. Wow. So consuming information about higher vibrational things, ascended masters, different religions, that will keep you at a high vibration and remind you that you're at a high vibration, so these more lower negative vibrations can't take over your energy field and hurt you. This is a matter of consciously consuming what feeds your soul rather than takes from it. This is so powerful. Wow. You're being asked to focus on study right now of these texts and tools, and this is how you get out of this fear-based mindset. Because there's negative energies all over the world, and it's easy, and whatever you feed your energy into, you'll fixate on. So if you fixate on higher vibrational things, you're teaching your mind and your soul what truly matters to you and what you'll give power to. Okay. We have the Bear and Cedar. Leadership in reverse. You're being asked not to be hardened by the bad leadership in the world, by the corrupt leaders and politicians and CEOs, billionaires, what have you. Anywhere you look in the media, there's negative energies and corrupt leadership, and you're being asked to focus on the leaders that empowered the world and made a difference for humanity. This will allow you to be more flexible in your thinking and less hardened by reality. Because to do your work and to find the satisfaction, you can't let the world harden you. The Mother, oh my God. I was talking about Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. Oh my God. That's okay. So I'm going to read this out of the book because it feels extremely significant. We begin our archetypal story with the mother's love. Through a sensual, fertile, and life-giving energy, all creation takes form. Regardless of our birth story, each of our hearts beat for the first time in the warm womb of the mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of our own. Yet her tale is not so simple, as the mother, especially on the earthly plane, contains both light and dark aspects of the feminine. With the best of intentions, the mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what she meant to set free. The mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives yet clings, she creates yet restricts. Amid this complex energy, the mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. You might be clinging a little bit to certain projects in your life and certain things you're working on. You want to control how they turn out. And I think Mother Mary's story will give you reassurance in this department that you don't need to cling to what you love. What you love, you must set free and let it take its own form. You're holding yourself back in some way by holding this thing back. And you'll know what it is, so take it as it resonates. But you're meant to focus on the light attributes of the mother right now and what ways you can care for the world around you without clinging to it. How can you take care of the things you love and find that balance of taking care of yourself as well? The Panther. The Panther is all about getting rid of the unnecessary. And I see that with these negative beliefs and consumption of negative energies, Spirit really is, in Mother Nature, are asking you and reminding you that energy flows where your intention goes. So it's important to focus on what brings you a high vibration rather than what brings you down to a negative vibration. And I see that you're going to be very brave and really fighting for yourself and standing up for what you believe in. And the work you're doing is incredible, Pile 3. It's a matter of that story where they talk about there being a good wolf and a bad wolf inside of you, and you get to choose which one you feed. And every day they fight, and you choose the one you feed. So do you want to help the good wolf or the bad wolf inside of you? It's your call. And I see enormous growth taking place here, and anything that's in your way of you reaching your dreams, Spirit's going to take away. So I'm being told you need to remember the energy of why you want something, rather than clinging onto a tangible thing. What is the reason behind this desire? Is it really the person you crave? Or is it belonging or loyalty? It's understanding the backbone of the reason you want something. Okay. Let's look at, Enter the Garden of Delights. Wow. What a beautiful card. Okay. You have been granted entry into sacred space, a mihrab, a sanctuary for worship. When the soul is well acquainted with love, life becomes a temple of love, the sacred space in which the soul can grow powerful through expansive worship of love. You are being invited by your spiritual brother, Rumi, to enter into life, to commit to coming alive, even if at times this feels deeply challenging. Sometimes a part of you may rather stay locked in an illusion of security for a time, perhaps expressed through the preference for what is known over what is unknown, what is familiar and comfortable compared to that which is unfamiliar or uncomfortable. To tussle with the parts of us that would deny aliveness is a natural part of growth. It can seem so risky with such potential for heartache, and yet what could be more heart-wrenching than the slow death of a precious human soul, suffocated by fear and inertia? That is the greatest risk of never really and fully being born into this world of wonders. So Rumi is your midwife, there to ensure full spiritual birth. He is standing at the threshold with you now. You are being asked to cross this threshold from the life you've been living into the aliveness that is flickering and glowing at your feet. It is love's wild hot embers at your sacred feet, and there's fire all in these cards. They will erupt at any moment into a holy inferno, taking hold of you and igniting you from within, transforming you into living fire. To come alive requires shedding of so much adherence to the fear of death. The Great Brother whispers wisdom into your heart. You have heard it, felt it already. The fear of death is so much more terrible than death itself. Nothing is dying in you but fear, so the heart can live more freely. Death and life are twin angels, dancing together in communion with the sacred. They are not opposed. They bring the soul aliveness and make the Garden of Delights possible. They bring the seasons of the soul that foster growth and take the appearance of dying away, which is actually part of the cycle of life, again and again and again. You have been through much death, dear one, around you, within you. You have known this dark angel. That is why you are so full of life. Your attempts to stay as you have been, to render something in your life immobile or impervious to change, have failed. Let us celebrate. There is no delight in frozen moments long since past. Why try to feast upon such food? It will not nourish you anywhere near as deeply and fully as fresh from the oven morsels of life. Come, let us taste all that is on offer. We'll drink heavily and sate our deepest thirst. Let us enjoy the richness in such masterful creation. Do not let the memory of death starve you of your participation in life. Do you hold on still to that which is past? I will soothe you with a loving touch upon your back. And yet gently, I will turn your head to the right and urge you to see the rising sun. Oh my God. Your life is blessed, you see. I want you to know this now. I want you to accept this now. Let those horrors of the past be gone. They are no more than phantoms. The garden is here now to be touched, tasted, seen, heard, felt, inhaled, and loved. This oracle comes to you with a message. A new day is dawning for you. This is a time when the past will very soon cease to have any hold over you. Celebration is imminent. You are invited into the golden light of divine plenty. Put your worries behind you now and step into your divine inheritance, where all is sorted according to kindness and grace. Wow, pile 3. I honestly have no words. That just completely encapsulated this reading. Your worries of the past and your fears, they're only phantoms. And so much goodness is coming into your life. Wow, okay, I don't even want to try and close on that because that reading said everything I could need to say to you. So, thank you so much for letting me read for you, pile 3. This was an absolute honor. I will see you in another reading. Bye. Hey, pile 4, if you chose the opalite, then this is your reading on messages from Mother Gaia. So we're first going to look at the tarot cards, and then we'll move into the oracle cards about what messages she has for you today. So the first one we have is death. The second we have the Queen of Swords. And the third we have the Lovers. Mother Gaia is saying that whatever is ending in your life right now is meant to. And that this experience of this cycle and multiple cycles ending is to help you raise in your discernment and know what belongs in your life and what doesn't. This is about you being assertive with yourself and knowing what you deserve and not taking less than you deserve. There's somebody who I feel like didn't fully see your worth or wasn't fully on your level, and the situation with them had to end. And I feel like this is bringing you into a Ice Queen energy where you protect yourself over anything and really, really know what you deserve. And it feels like you won't be really entertaining love or relationships unless they show you that they're worth your time. And I see that this ending is leading to you finding more fulfillment elsewhere. And I love that this woman is wearing, these are different women, but they're all wearing blue. And this death card is in red, and so is this beast in the Lover's card. So there's a lot of synchronicity in these cards, showing that everything that's happening is a part of your divine plan right now and leading to your utmost fulfillment. And something had to end to bring in something that truly satisfied you. And I think you had to learn what you didn't want to learn what you do want and what you expect out of a relationship or any experience that enters your life. This is you realizing that you're high value and staying at this high value place and not coming off your pedestal for less than you deserve. I think somebody was scared by your power and ran off, and you're in a position where you're not necessarily sad about it, but you won't suffer any fools, and you mean business when it comes to relationships and people entering your life, and they need to come correct or they shouldn't come at all. And Mother Gaia is saying that you're handling this exactly how you need to, and this is helping you raise in your power and notice your power more, and you're aligning with the right relationships for you, the relationships you truly deserve to have in your life. And some things must end for this new beginning to begin. So whatever is ending, take it in stride, because it's leading to your utmost fulfillment, and it's also putting you in this boss ass energy where you don't take any crap from anybody. This is you glowing up fully, because you won't suffer fools anymore, I'm hearing. I think you were kind to somebody and they showed their true colors, and now you've learned your lesson once and for all. And I love that this card kind of reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, and I think somebody's going to come in that you really relate to on a primal level, and you feel this primal connection to them. And I think both of you are very on guard towards people entering your life, and you both slowly open up to show each other your hearts. This is coming in your future. Whatever left was meant to leave. It was a learning lesson. And let this change you into this strong person. Let this redefine you. Let this do with you what it was meant to do, because it's turning you into a more powerful person who has a more precise eye for what you want and what you deserve in your life. You're very, very confident at this point. Whatever this is, it was like icing on the cake to you coming into your power and not taking any bullshit. I can see that you will be very intimidating to people around you. And you have this very nurturing, loving side, but it reminds me of that saying of the lion and the deer. Like, we have the lion and the deer within us. And depending on how you come towards us, my lion will roar or my deer will be loving. And it's up to how experiences present themselves towards us. So, yeah, I see this really working out in your best interest. Whatever left your life, this is a blessing in disguise. And I think you know that on a soul level, but it still might have been a surprise that this left. Am I truly loving myself enough to love another person? I feel like this last situation was meant to shed any remnants of codependency or reliance on others instead of yourself. And this situation ending is making you focus on loving yourself and treating yourself with the utmost care and love. And that's why you're aligning with somebody on your level in the future. This was meant to show you your shadows, to help you heal, so the right event could come in, the right person could come in. Whatever happened in the past was a learning lesson, and you did everything right. But right now, you're meant to focus on self-love and self-mastery. And this is leading to your utmost fulfillment. What you're doing right now is, it reminds me of those movies where a girl breaks up with a guy and then there's a montage of her glowing up and becoming her best self, and then the guy comes back into her life and she's like, no, I'm way better than you. You never deserved to be in my life. I just didn't realize it yet. And that's what I see here. So, yeah. We have the raccoon, curiosity. Now is an auspicious time to discover new truths about yourself and your abilities. You're being asked to explore uncharted territories of yourself and of what you really care about. And now is a time for exploration and letting go of the past and really understanding yourself and how much power you truly have, because I can see that you are this very powerful person, and this was meant to help you come into your power and learn truly about your power. So don't let appearances fool you. This was a catalyst for you coming into yourself. The shadow, yeah. I was talking about this experience casting light on your shadows and helping you work through them so that the right person could come in the future. I'm going to read from the book. I feel like this is relevant. Although every card in the archetypes deck has a shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. By rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. When this card appears, it's time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with, "No, anything but that," you're touching shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move toward the shadow with patience and compassion. You're meant to reveal unconscious aspects of yourself through this past experience by reflecting on why you felt you needed this person or why this ending was hard for you to let go of. You'll be able to come more into your power and recognize what you truly want out of a relationship. This was a learning lesson. This was a catalyst for you to prepare for the real thing. The oyster. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires in life's work. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. This is you accepting parts of yourself you hadn't accepted before and really stepping into your bad bitch energy. This is you seeing your power and realizing that this person left because they were afraid of your power. Frankly, that's something I see, is that this person was terrified of your potential, and I think other people can see this power in you, but you failed to see it, and it's something you've suppressed into your shadow. And there's something about your inner authority and soul force that are being asked to come to light, because especially it's time for you to recognize the power you hold and wield and use it effectively rather than trying to suppress it. So this is a big learning lesson for you. This is you fully coming into your power and making room for what you truly align with to come into your life. 3, the dissolving light. Wow. Okay. There is a light so intense, so powerful, that nothing other than itself, its own truth, can exist in its presence. It is the sacred seed, the star of your being, lit up from within. It is a light that never goes out. It is a light that is so powerful, it is beyond duality of light and dark, cannot ever be extinguished or diminished, and quite simply, beyond all logic, just is. Certainly, no lie or deception, no boundary or defense can remain intact in its presence. The blazing divinity of this light sears through any presence, annihilates illusions, and takes us into stark experience of divine truth. It is gentleness, and yet it cannot be overcome. It is enduring power, and yet it is tender. Though you seek the divine and even know it is love, you also know that it's fierce, wild, inexplicable, and demanding beyond nature. It wants you, completely, utterly, without condition. There will be times in your life, such as now, when there is something not worthy of you that must be released, which was this. Whew. This is a falsehood, a lie, or deception of some sort that you have come to believe about yourself, your life, or perhaps even another. You may know what this deception is, or may be about to be unveiled. It is not a cause for fear or concern, but for celebration. An illusion has or soon will be released, and you shall become freer, free in a way that only truth can provide. This oracle comes to you as a sign of that which is to come, and soon. The beloved divine presence is calling to you, igniting within your deepest being, so that it may have its way with you. The divine wishes to live through you and into the world, reaching into the hearts of many and igniting those hearts into greater life. It is a clever and insatiable lover. It will stop at nothing until the entire human race is restored to the wild, divine freedom of ecstatic divine reunion, completely and utterly ignited in love. And so the great lover, the divine, calls for you to enter into the white-hot field of its passionate presence. There will be sizzle and burn. It cannot be otherwise. In the height of summer, you cast aside the layers of clothing you require in the winter. This is natural. You do not think twice about it. As you approach the radiant sun of divinity, your emotional and psychological layers are to be shed too, for they are too heavy for the heat of the great spiritual sun. What cannot stand the heavenly heat is to be cast aside swiftly by conscious choice, or just simply burn up, dissolving in the light, melting away. What is left shall be what is true. So here is your guidance, sweet lover of the great beloved. Give it up. The smallness, the conditions, the fears and doubts, the lack of reverence for yourself in life, the belief that somehow things are not okay or aren't going to work out. This is all a paltry attempt at truth. You are coming into a truth now that is far more worthy of you, a truth with a capital T, the big truth. Love, trust, surrender. This is about a sacred shutting without fear or holding back. Cast aside whatever would hold you back rather than free you to fly into your divine destiny. You are not to be the same from this moment on. That is the holy word, the word inscribed in living divine fire in your sacred heart. This oracle brings you guidance. Trust in your changing perspective and perceptions. Don't hold on to what you once believed or thought to be true. Allow yourself to be shown another version of events, another way of perceiving. Don't focus on what is not working in your current estimation of things, for that is nothing more than a passing opinion. You are being given an opportunity to see and know yourself, others, and particular life circumstances very differently. Embrace it. Don't resist what is being shown to you, for even if there are some struggles in adjusting your view at first, ultimately this change in perception will free you and bring you more deeply into the wellspring of your own inner peace and happiness. Okay. Yeah. This is bringing you closer to the divine, this ending is, and closer to your power. So, honor what you're going through, and it's a very divine passage. So this is all I'm getting for you, Pile 4. It was an honor to read for you, and I will see you in another reading. Bye.